If you're a professional freelance artist, you already have a lot to worry about. You have to learn your craft, find your voice, build a platform, find clients, make sure you get paid, and then find time to create your art. But do you need a contract? In a world of instant transactions and online business, do you really need to spend time and money on a piece of paper no one wants to read and very few people understand? And what is a contract anyway? What's the point of it when you need to have one? I'm going to touch on all these questions and then talk about what could happen if you don't have the right contracts for your work. Now, according to Black's Law Dictionary, a contract is a voluntary promise between two or more parties that can be enforced by the law. Now, most contracts are written, but they don't always have to be. Contracts can be a simple one-page deal, or it could run hundreds of painful pages. There could be a lot of different elements in a contract, but at a minimum, there needs to be consideration, or an exchange of value. If the contracts are written, they have to be signed. Everyone who signs has to have the mental capacity to sign, and a legal contract can't be made for an unlawful purpose. So why do you need contracts if you're an artist? Because the product of your craft represents value. Whether you work in comics, movies, or music, your art is an asset that can generate substantial money, recognition, and influence depending on how it's used or exploited. Of course, not every piece of art you create will make billions of dollars, but since you never know when or if your work will become the next big thing, it pays to have contracts in place beforehand for all of it. Once you understand the basic idea behind a contract and the reason for having one, the next question is, what kind of contracts do you need as an artist? The answer often depends on the media you work in, the goals you have. But consider this. If you're trying to land a deal with a big publishing house or distribution studio, there's going to be a licensing or distribution contract to deal with. If you're working with a group on an album or a book, you need a collaboration agreement between all the artists. If you're hiring other freelance artists to work on your project, or if you're working without credit on someone else's stuff, you need a work-for-hire contract. If you get an accountant, an agent, a lawyer, or a manager to help advance your career, you need a contract with each one of them. If you use someone else's art in your art, like someone's song in your movie or someone's photo for your book cover, you need a contract for that too. So, as you can see, there are a lot of other instances where artists need to have contracts in place to protect their craft, depending on what they're working on and what they're trying to accomplish. So, what happens if you try to have a career as a freelance artist without any contracts at all? What's the worst that can happen? Well, there is a chance you could still be rich, successful, and happy, but that's not likely. Every creative industry is littered with stories of artists who had their work stolen and wound up making no money at all from their creations. Trying to have a career as an artist is a substantial risk in the first place. It doesn't make sense to take a bigger risk by not protecting yourself with your contracts. So, if you're an artist or a freelancer who has had contract issues in the past, please feel free to share your experiences in the comments below and tell us how you dealt with the problem. Now keep in mind, contract law is a very complex issue, and every situation is unique. A short video like this isn't legal advice, so if you're dealing with a specific contract question, contact your legal advisor or email me for a free consultation. Now that we've talked a little bit about why creative people need contracts, I'm going to use this channel to talk more in depth about different aspects of creative contracts and freelance business. If you'd like to see more videos as they're released, then like this video, subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you next week.